Welcome back. In yesterday's class, we discussed the application of inverse rule. You've seen the hierarchy of equation. You've seen how equations are formed. In today's class, we are going to be looking at how to solve one of the equations applying the principle of inverse. It's one of the most common questions that you normally encounter in your subject of formula, but with a little sugar on it. We just add a little complexity to it. So therefore, let's look at the board and see how we can solve this problem. Now, by looking at this equation on the board, it resembles the equation that we use to calculate the focal length of mirror or lens. We use it to calculate the focal length of a lens or a mirror, but it's not exactly the formula because we have squared each of these u, v, and f. The question in this place is to make u the subject of formula. That is, locate u and isolate it. That is the meaning. Where is u? U is here. What are those things that surround it? This number 1 and this number, yes, 1, and this particular and this. So let's see how we can remove those numbers so that it will remain only u alone on the right hand side of the question, while the rest go back to the on the left hand side of the question, while the rest go to the right. So now, in normal scenario, in real world, where we talk about applied mathematics, we don't write an equation like this. We don't say that we keep 1 over f squared inside all of this. No. In most cases, we have only one parameter representing many. So it will be this one on the left, while this one on the right, just for clarity's sake. Now let us begin to solve this equation and see the power of inverse in place. How it can help us to solve this equation one by one. The first thing that we need to do is to identify the elements we want to make the subject of formula. It is u. This is it. The next thing is to start removing the elements that surround it one by one. Remember, when you want to start removing elements that surround the target element one by one, we are going to remove increment or decrement value first. But for you to understand what we need to do, let us do a little analysis. This number and this number, they are separate terms because in between them is addition sign, which is times sign. Remember what times sign are and what non-times sign are. If you haven't looked at that, I will advise you to please go and watch that aspect. Now, let's say this number here. This number consists of 2 digits, 1 as well as v squared. All together, the sign they possess is addition with respect to this one. But if we look at this number in isolation, the sign of 1 is multiplication, The sign of v square is division. You know the reason. Divided by v square. The sign comes before its number. For this reason, we want to throw all of this number here to this side first, so that we will remove the terms number first, which is called increment or decrement. In this case, this is an increment in this place because it's plus. If it is minus, it will be decrement. Now, by doing that, we are going to be left with 1 over u square, which is equals 1 over f square, or 1 by f square, however you want it, minus 1 over v square. The question is this: why do we have minus here? We have minus here because this number is crossing to the opposite side. So its sign will change to opposite sign. The sign of this number still remains positive, which can be for it here, but not shown. In this scenario, you have removed all of this. It remains just some few numbers that you have to remove from u to make it the subject of formula. In this context, what do you need to do more? Before you can do the next step, you should be sure that two numbers, they become only one. Why are these number two numbers? This is first term, this is second term. If you remember how we are counting the number of terms in an expression, it's actually sure that for us to make this number become only one, we have to simplify this. But for this class sake, I will use a very simple illustration for you to understand how to do this simplification, so that the two terms will become only one. Now, how will this become only one? What you need to do is to do what we call cross multiplication. To get the numerator, are you getting me? If you do the cross multiplication to get the numerator, you are going to get the first one here. The direction of this arrow is somehow not appealing to me, but please forgive me for that. What should happen is that since this one is pointing up, this one should also point up, telling them that I am taking this number to the numerator. Are you getting me? So you can take the correction from your own side and note that this arrow should point up. So what we are going to be doing now, what we're going to be getting now is what? V square. The sign remain minus f square. Now, since both of them are fraction, how do we get the denominator? How do we get the denominator? We get the denominator by multiplying each of the denominator together. It will now be what? F square multiplied by what? Multiplied by, let me put that dot to show it is multiplication, multiplied by what? V square. So this implies that everything in this place, we have transformed it to this. You see, in mathematics, transformation is paramount process that you are going to be doing every time, in which you must know how to do it. Transformation is just having an expression and write it in another form. Automatically, we are having 1 over u square equals v square minus f square over f square. Oh, sorry for that. F square multiplied by u square. So if I'm hover on this, it won't allow me to do anything on that. So I just want to know that we have f square u square here. So I can take it to another place. So I will be having 1 over u square equals equals v square minus f square over f square multiplied by then u square. So what do we need to do? The next thing that we need to do is to invert both sides of equation. So this is multiplicative inverse. Whatever that is above, we take it down. Whatever that is down, we take it up. So automatically we are going to be having what? U square equals f square. Why? All of this will go up. V square over, what are we going to be having there? That is v square minus f square. So this is the basic expression that we're talking about, that we're going to be having. And I must let you know that each of these steps that you do are the statements that you are going to be telling your examiner how you solve the equation one by one. You know, we didn't write any statement in this place. We should write subtract to both sides, because at the end of the day we end up with subtraction here. Subtract to both sides 1 over what? V square. So then you write the statement, you write the equation, you write the statement, then you write the equation, then whatever that you want to do, you will write it first before you write the equation. So now let's finish this assignment. What do we have next? We want to take away this square. So you can see one by one we take everything that surrounds you away one by one. We take away this guy, we take away this guy by inverse, okay, we take away this guy by subtraction, we take away this guy by inverse. Then how do we take this guy away? To the opposite side. So it means that we are going to use the opposite of this, and the opposite of this is what? This is 2 over 1. It will be, when it gets to this place, it will become 1 over 2. But before you do that, you put bracket all around this one, so that you know that the square root is covering everything. And when you get to this side, it will become raised to power 1 over 2, which is raised to power half. The meaning of raised to power half is square root. So basically, what we're going to be having as final solution will be something like u square. I'm writing out of scope. So let me try to find my eraser and erase some area so that we can have place to work. Sorry for that. I'll do this a little quickly so that we can have space to do some work. Okay, I think we are good to go. I think it's okay. Yeah. Okay. So now, let's look here. We have this that we want to simplify further. Yeah. Now, what will our answer be? Let us remove this square from this place and transfer it to the other side. So we are left with only u, which now become what? square root of everything, that square becomes square root a, and you know the reason why. If this one get to this place, it will become raised to power half of everything in this place. Are you getting me? That raised to power half, this raised to power half here is square root. But generally, if you have fractional index is such a way that there is one number above, there is one number below, you have this square root. Are you getting me now? You have this square root. If the denominator is 2, do not write anything here. Are you getting me? If the numerator is 1, do not write anything here. But let's say that this one is 3, this one is 5. So what is down will be down here, what is up will be up here. Are you getting me? So this one is going to be 5, this one is going to be 3. But in this case, we have 1 and 2. So square root is okay there, like that. So what are we going to having? We are going to be having f square v square over v square minus u square. Minus f square. Yeah, minus f square. So this is the final answer to this question. And we are able to solve this problem by applying inverse rule of algebra. So this is the importance of inverse rule of algebra in mathematics. In the next class, we are going to be discussing the idempotent rule of algebra. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you for listening. This is all about this class. Please, for students who are aiming to prepare for UTME, WAEC, or any form of examination in this country called Nigeria, I want you to make use of a platform that we created for remote students. It's called abp.com.ng, or just search ABP EduConsult in your browser. Everything that you have to do is just to look up to where we are going to sign up. You sign up, you start your lecture, and everything is online. You don't have to contact anybody. You have to, whatever you want to do it online. Your payments, your everything is online. And if you are watching from our channel, maybe YouTube channel, our YouTube, our Facebook, please subscribe and follow. And help us share this video to reach a lot of students who are aiming to become engineers and scientists in the future. God bless you. ABP.